Yes?
You mentioned next year Malaysia is taking over ASEAN chairmanship, and you see this as a fruitful start to the next year's meetings, right? So what would you say your top priorities are for specifically the logistics and connectivity in Southeast Asia?
What we hope to achieve from this ASEAN meeting, especially when Malaysia become the chairman of ASEAN, is that we want to have a more integrated ASEAN. We look at integration is very important, and we want to have more economic integration. And to have more economic integration, logistics and transport plays a very important role. Because by having seamless connectivity, it will help trade to flows between ASEAN and within ASEAN. And this is, as I said, it's very important, especially with the current situation worldwide. We have to trade more within ourselves, and we have to utilize our position as a bloc. You know, when individual countries, we are limited as one country. But when we come together as a bloc, then we become a force to be reckoned with. As I mentioned, with 10 countries, almost 700 million population, then the rest of the world will look at us as a bloc, as an important part of the world. So we are beginning to see a lot of interest to ASEAN by EU, by China, by Korea, Japan, and even US. So in this meeting, for example, besides the traditional three partners that we have dialogues with, China, Japan, and Korea, we also have dialogues with the EU Business Council. We also have luncheon with the US ASEAN Business Council. That means they look at ASEAN as a major market for them and as a major economic bloc. That's why Malaysia will continue to play our role to ensure that more integrated ASEAN. And one of the pivotal role is that we must have better connectivity and cut down on barriers. Aviation-wise, we have done well. I think aviation within ASEAN, we have done quite well. We have open skies policy. Right now, we have discussions about talking about ASEAN single market on aviation. That is, of course, still work need to be done. But what we are looking at is not only just aviation, maritime, for example. What we want to have more integrated and more connectivity maritime in terms of operations. We are talking about digitalization of our ports so that ports can share information among each other to make our ports more competitive. Land transport, and especially rail network is very important. There are missing links which have been rectified right now, especially between Laos and China. So because in ASEAN there are a couple of landlocked countries. For example, Laos, okay, Cambodia, Laos. In particular, Laos benefited from this connectivity, and we want to connect them to China and to us, because Malaysia as a coastal country, okay, the moment they connect to us, that is an important link to maritime, and we have all the deep sea ports along the Straits of Malacca. So that's why Malaysia are very actively engaging with our partners so that we can link up the entire, not the entire, but at least in the continental ASEAN member states like Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and also China.